I shall transform your hair, create a masterpiece. I am an artiste with a pair of scissors.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
Fresh from the barbershop, fly from the beauty salon.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
I got a show where you can listen and view.
My new cuts got him talking at the
Bringing
barbershop.
barbers and stylists together with the ScissorSalute.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
One cut, two cut, three cut, four.
Nails done, hair done, everything did. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Oh, you fancy.
Spending hours in salons on your hairstyle.
For the Lord protects his barbers and he makes the stubble grow.
Scissor! Salute! Salute!
Welcome to the ScissorSalute Show. I'm your host, Eli the Barber. My host for the evening, my co-host for the evening is...
Mika C. from the Makeup of Hair out of Rockville, Maryland. How you doing, guys?
How was the ride?
It was good. A little bumpy, but you know, it's New York.
All right. Well, let's get into the meaning of the ScissorSalute. Is a compliment, greeting, lifestyle, and brand dedicated to bringing barbers and hairstyles together. And we use the ScissorSalute Show to actually make that happen. Giving the opportunity for the visual artists to come down here and showcase their skills live on the stage. Now, we ask that if you didn't download the app, which you could download the ScissorSalute Show app on Apple and Android, view us on Facebook, and share the footage as well. Share the show, invite people as much as possible. And if you're looking to showcase, advertise with us, or be interviewed, or book us for your next event, you can email us scissorsalute@yahoo.com. Now, I would say, I'm not just saying this because I'm hosting a show. This is a great experience. You could come down here and see if you have what it takes if you're looking to get into the educational field, because a lot of people want to educate, but, you know, it gets really real when you're up there showcasing outside of your comfort zone and you hear your voice on the microphone. And matter of fact, if we could go to the cut cam real quick. LA, can we go to the cut cam real quick? Guys, we're asking everybody. You have to, no live IG, no live Facebook. Everything in here has to be the ScissorSalute Show. We can't do live streaming in here, because we're just asking people to do the Facebook. We don't want to drive people from different, you know, am I watching it here? Am I watching it there? So I feel like this is a great opportunity for people to come down here and see if they actually have what it takes. If they can take the pressure, and then you hear your voice on the microphone, that can throw someone off. Please follow us on Facebook, ScissorSalute Show, and on Instagram, ScissorSalute Show. We'd like to thank everybody who's been using the hashtag. I believe we're currently up to like 548,000 people that are, not people, but times that the hashtag is being used. So let's get into a recap of last week's show. From Levels Barbershop, located in Pennsauken, New Jersey, we had Caesar. His Instagram handle is JoelStyle1234. He came down here probably about like 2 years ago with like 25 trophies, all up in the studio. We didn't even have so much trophies. A couple of them weren't even featured on the video. And he won the Steel Stack competition that took place in Pennsylvania. He became a sponsored barber Maestro's Classic. And now he has the brand Respect My Craft, which I feel is a great brand, being that he's in the hair industry, but it just doesn't relate to the hair industry. It relates to just basically anything.
I like that.
And you can see Joel and Respect My Craft at the CT Barber Expo this Sunday at booths 226 and 127. We're going to have at least probably about, we had 15 people showcasing. Now we just added 4 more people showcasing. And we're going to be getting into that a little bit later, letting everybody know. Well, scissor salute to Joel, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he has a child coming on the way, too. So scissor salute to him. He's making it happen. And from Barbanero's Barber Lounge, located in Camden, New Jersey, we had Lou Cutts, who Joel invited here. Lou Cutts has been doing it for quite a while. He's been doing it for 15 years. So he hasn't really made a presence on social media. He was one of the barbers that just felt like, you know, I don't have to do it. But now he sees that there's plenty of other barbers out there that take pride in what they do, and hairstylists who take pride in what they do. And now that's it. He's awakening. So he feels like he's going to be making that push. You can see him at the CT Barber Expo this Sunday as well. He's going to be showcasing at the Respect My Craft booth. And Harlem Barber and Paul Mitchell's student, Geraldo Quinones, better known as Q Cut It. Q_cut_it. He's a barber, but now he wants to get out of barbering and become a hairstylist. And as you know, once a barber, always a barber. Even when you're starting to do hairstyles, that them clippers are still going to be calling you. Because say one day he has to do a pixie cut. You know, if he has to get really, really low, he's going to take some buzzers out. Well, salute to him, and we wish him the best of luck on his journey.
Eli, real quick, I do want to mention that the model for Q, or Lou, he was actually Lou's model. He's also a barber. That's Soul_Faded.
Right.
So I want to make sure that we send him a scissor salute.
And
That's
hopefully,
the one to the left.
and hopefully he'll come down here and showcase one day. And the call-ins from Great Clips located in Bonita Springs, Florida. We have Margarita de Jesus. Her Instagram is hair_diva2014. She called in and basically was talking about cutting for a franchise and the benefits of cutting for a franchise. She has like health insurance, retirement plan, something that's a little bit different from people that, that are people that are, us barbers and hairstylists. For those of you who don't have it, I definitely suggest that, you do some research. What was that gentleman's name from 2 weeks ago?
That was Dante_financial.
Yes. And
Dante Stevenson.
Yeah, I would get in contact with him if you're interested in having some sort of retirement plan, because it's very important. And who do we have this week, Mika?
Well, this week we are showcasing myself, Mika C., with the Makeup of Hair at the Makeup of Hair LLC on Instagram. Also from White's Barber Co., my girl from Laurel, Maryland, Janae, Cosmo Barb, Jay. In studio guests, we also have the owner of White's Barber Co., Brian White, over here. Yes, and also the owner and operator of the Barber Bar located in Brooklyn, New York, Dollar, Always Pro Barbers.
Always Pro Bar. He's right there sitting in the bucket
You
seats.
can introduce
yes.
himself.
How you doing?
Brian and Dola, you can introduce yourself.
What's good? How you guys doing? I'm Brian
Oh,
White.
Brian, you got to bring the mic a little closer. There we go.
I'm Brian White, owner, operator at White's Barber Co. I'm also the president of the International Barbers Association. Salute.
And Dolar?
Yes, the law here from Brooklyn, New York.
Did you turn that mic? Is that mic up?
Yeah, no sound.
Is it? All right, great.
There you go. Now give it a go.
Technical difficulty. We're back on Always Pro Barbers, Barber Bar, Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, founder. Great to be here, part of the family. ScissorSalute.
Oh, let's see. Oh, no, we're going to. There we go. Now give that a run again. Let's see how you sound.
right.
Go ahead, Dolar.
Take
Go ahead, Dolar.
Take 1, 2.
There we
There
go.
you go. Now you got it.
Much better.
Go ahead.
Yes, this is Dolor from Always Pro Barbers, the Barber Bar. New invention. We're trying to change the industry. So, ScissorSalute. Thank you guys for having me here again. And see you guys at City Barber Expo.
We'd like to thank you for, when you came down to the Tattoo Expo, the gift bags, and just being there. Something new for us. As you got to see was new for us, but we're very familiar with being spontaneous, being that this show right now is live. For you guys that are watching this show right now, this is not recorded. This show is actually live. So sometimes you're going to see something like that happen because it's not recorded. So with that being said, do us a favor. Right underneath my finger, press that share button. Share the program. Invite people as well. Let them know that there's a program out there for barbers, hairstylists, makeup artists to come down and showcase their talents. Now, we're not really concerned with how many followers that you have. We are concerned with people that have passion for the craft and professionalism and want to get out there. So if you feel like you're all of the above, email us, ScissorSalute@yahoo.com. Leave your contact information, and we'll get back to you in the order that the emails are received. Now, this is the Cup Camp part of the show where we give a chance to the visual artists to actually do their showcasing. We do have enough people here to do a little chit-chat during the Cut Camp. So, Delar, what are you looking forward to at the CT Barber Expo?
Oh, definitely. I'm looking to, we have some new products out there. Want to introduce the Barber Bar. Why? What's the reason of the Barber Bar? And I'm actually we're going to be actually showcasing a few barbers out there as well.
Okay, so what booth number will you be?
Actually, it's funny though. I don't have a booth number, thanks to J Majors. But we in a prime location, prime spot. We won't be hard to find. It may be right at the entrance.
Okay.
So you guys you guys won't miss us at all because the whole setup is going to look like a bar.
We're gonna actually be near the bar.
Oh, great.
We're actually near the beer garden.
Oh, all right. So we probably will be just next to each other pretty much.
Well, hopefully we get to network. I will be there Saturday night. I'm not going to the comedy thing, but
yeah, I'll be there from Saturday. Just I need to set up my booth and get everything set up for Sunday morning.
yes, I'll be bright and early.
Yeah, definitely.
Bright and early. And Brian, yourself, you're gonna be at the CT?
Gotta be there, man. Gotta get some networking done. Gotta let folks know about the International Barbers Association, what we stand for. Gonna move around. Didn't want to get a booth. We weren't interested in getting a booth. We like to be fluid, so
fluid your way over there to booth 227 and 126.
We'll definitely come through.
I was actually talking about the next day. I was talking about the IBA at the barbershop, and everybody was just, a couple of the barbers, even a couple of the barbers that are not even interested in social media were just like, wow, that's crazy. I was like, yo, they got like a quality control test. Like, it's not automatic. I want to be down and you're in. They're like, quality control. Like, yeah, you got to go, you got to meet the standards.
You're going to earn your spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There needs to be more accountability in the barbering industry. I think if those of us who are passionate, those of us who love our industry, I think if we, just kind of man up and hold folks accountable for lack of professionalism and, hold folks accountable for making sure that they take good care of their clients. I think we can see our industry turn in a positive direction. And so, we're spreading love. Yeah, we do a quality control evaluation, but it's just so that at least within the International Barbers Association, there's going to be some accountability. Okay, but we want to project that, like I was talking to you earlier. We want to take that and project it outward into the industry and let folks know that it's a good thing to be held accountable. It's a good thing.
Well, you figured it's not nothing against any other organizations that are like what I'm about to say, but it's usually like, hey, you want to get down with us? Here's the fee. You got to do this. Here's the criteria. And that's usually it. Yours is more like, here's the standard. And then, again, there was something that you guys said when we were in panel format. You were like, this is not for you. If you say, well, oh, yeah,
that's right.
What's the benefits?
Right.
So I like that, and it's that right there. I feel like if the word is able to spread out, then it's going to be something good for the industry. The whole problem is usually something good for the industry. It's not there. It's just like the news. The news want to always have negative stuff up there, and that gets the most attention. That seems to be the thing in the industry too, and it's not no one's fault. It's just, here goes the negativity, and people love to address it. They love to see it. You see something like what you just said, it'll probably have like 8 genuine comments. Yep. But then you take some Photoshop thing or someone hating on someone, 126 comments, because everybody wants to chime into it.
Yeah, but I think that's what Brian wants to change, right?
Oh, yeah.
I want to change that attitude and
That's
that
right.
approach.
We want
Yeah.
to make it cool to be professional. We want to make
There
it
you go.
cool
ScissorSalute
to
to
have
that.
a standard. Okay, and just really show the value in having a standard. You know, because all the fads and all of the fly by night, you know, quote unquote in things, they come and they go. But one thing that does not go out of style is quality customer service, professionalism, and just the value in being held accountable. That never goes out of style. That's been strong since the 19th century, and it's going to be strong in the 21st century and beyond. And so that's what we're promoting.
Well, says salute to that. And Mika, you know, the hairstylists pretty much go through the same thing where you seeing like oversaturation and what's going on, especially with social media now. It's very smoke and mirrors. Now, what do you think about the whole impact of social media, good and bad?
As far as the industry,
Yes.
I feel like right now in 2017, social media is unfortunately a lot to do with your popularity, you know, a lot to do with how people respect you and stuff like that, which I feel like is crazy because I like the fact about the quality control. That's what people should respect you about, how you keep your salon or your work and, you know, your ethics and stuff like that, instead of, you know, if you're popping on social media. So I feel in that way, that's how it, you know, helps a lot of new people to come out. But then, you know, so it can be good or it can really be bad. With the social media, I do feel like a lot of times they just show too much of everything. Like a lot of people, I fix a lot of like weaves and people trying to do it themselves type of things on YouTube and stuff like that. And it's just like, yeah, it looks real easy until you actually do it and your hair falls out because you removed it wrong or this and that. Color is a lot of things. I'll be in the store and people were saying, oh, well, yeah, I saw on YouTube she said to use this and that, but did she tell you to use this and that, though, and the aftercare and all that stuff? So, you know, it can be a bad thing or in that way, or it could be a good thing where, you know, you get all your credibility or whatever from that.
Well, yeah, that's the thin line in YouTube. YouTube is great if you have some sort of idea of what you're doing to get some ideas or maybe stay updated with the latest techniques or whatever. But if you don't know what you're doing and you are thinking that you're going to be mixing some chemicals and just outdo what other people do that spent thousands of dollars on education, it's probably not going to end up the right way.
Exactly.
And that person's going to have to go to Mika and she's going to have to perform some hair surgery.
Yes, all the time, especially with these blondes. You know, everybody thinks, oh, I'm just going to put blonde, you know, bleach on my hair and it's going to be this pretty blonde that I'm looking for. No, it goes through stages. So you're coming to me with your hair orange, trying to figure out, you know, why you so brassy. And, you know, why didn't it come out the way it's, because it's not, it depends on the hair. Everything is different. You can't just say on YouTube, she did it like this and your hair's going to be like that.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You know?
I know when Kim Kardashian, she did some to her hair and then you seen all the memes coming like the person, don't come to me tomorrow with this. Now, Kim Kardashian has the money to go through an 8-hour, 9-hour process to have that hair done. You probably don't have that money or the time to go through an 8-hour, 9-hour procedure such as she did to take her hair from like black and then lighten it up the way she did. That's 8-9 hours. Now the average person, that might take you 2 or 3 months. It's going to take you a couple sit-ins, and now you need to spread that out because you have a budget, you have a life to live. Now, of course, if you have it like that, then yes, the hairstylist should be able to provide you with the right service. But I know they're going to be asking for some money. I would be asking for some money. 8 hours, 9 hours straight. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna want that money.
Color's expensive. It can be very, very pricey, and that's what people fail to realize. They come to you and they want this particular color, like you said. You might not get that in the first set. You know, you might have to come back.
Yeah.
You know, even for a third time. It depends on exactly what you're having to do, especially those real like platinum blondes. So it just all depends.
I've seen in the salon before where they did the color on a gentleman, and they had to redo it. So now this person was already sitting in the chair for I don't even know how long. And then my sister came over and was like, oh, we're going to have to redo this. And they had to redo it. So the person was in the chair, caught a haircut, got the hair color, and then had to be redone again. It's simply because the formulas have to be right. Everything's got to be matched up, you know. So, and Delore, you're a barber as well. On top of having a beauty supply, you provide supplies for barbers.
Yeah, man, grooming supplies. Yeah,
Groomers, okay.
Yeah, well, you guys, since you know me for the past couple of years, I've been doing the supplies for a while. I just transitioned into becoming a barber.
Oh, so you're taking the steps.
Yes.
So you're an apprentice now?
Well, I think I've graduated a bit higher. I would say yes. I would say yes. I am the apprentice.
Well, I know barbers that have been cutting hair for like 15 years and they're still apprentice.
Yeah.
They have no interest in becoming a master barber.
I'll be honestly, and what I've seen out there is the standard is very low compared to these guys who've been out there way longer than I have, and that's me being out there in the shop, being out there on the street,
Right.
going to the barber shops, and the main reason why I decided to try to stationary myself, I wanted to build a forum for barbers who can come in and we can talk about it.
Right.
I see the barber bar as to fill in the void. These barbers who don't know how to speak up, and not likewise the owners of the barbershops. Everything starts from the ownership. If there's no structure in the barbershop, your barbers are not going to be a professional.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
No, you're absolutely right. We was talking about this when Brian came here last time. And one of the first mistakes I feel that hairstylists and barbers make when they open up a salon or a barbershop is they say, I'm going to open up a salon. Or I'm planning on opening up a barbershop. That needs to be erased. You need to open up a place of business. There's going to be a huge difference between a place of business, a salon, and a barbershop. A salon, a traditional salon, is a place where females go there to let it out and, they talk about it. They could be nice and clean. Doesn't mean it has to be run down, just like the same thing as a barbershop. It could be nice and clean. Doesn't have to be run down. It could be, man cave, what it is. But that's your niche. That's going to be your niche now.
Yeah,
now,
definitely.
a place of business, the barber is not just going to be isolated on making money with just haircuts. They'll know what it is for an upsell. So you have the haircut and they're selling the product and educating the customer on how to, maintain.
Yeah, very true, very true. Not only that, too, what I offer at my barbershop right now is that to most of my barbers, I give them the fact of building more revenue. Whatever product you use on the client, you come to the barber bar and hence they get a percentage off that. So, and I'm always encouraging barbers, hey, this is not a hustle anymore. Let's try to change the whole industry into a career. I'm going to work, not going to make a quick $100 and come out, and that's it. And this is why we go live every Wednesday night, trying to encourage barbers to build a structure.
And you go live on Instagram?
Yes.
Nice.
Always Pro Barbers every Wednesday at 9:45. We are live. We invite barbers around. We invite anyone, musicians. We just want everyone to get involved in it because we all play the same role. Barbers are so important in this industry. It's ridiculous how many barbers are taking this very lightly. I had people still look at barbers as a stepping stone. No, sorry, the step down from your office job. I worked at an office for 10 years, and believe me, I'm enjoying this more than me being at a computer desk for 10 years. Quite frankly, I love meeting people. I love educating people. At the end of the day, you are your own individual, and you have to take this barbering to another level. But like my friend here was saying, there is also the respect that you have to bring in as an individual. Same thing I say to the barbers. Why would you raise your prices if you're not up to standard?
I see exactly what you're saying, and that's why last time Brian was here, I love the whole idea of the quality control, because some people want that extra money, and they talk about professionalism, but it's just like Brian said earlier in the show, that standard and the values of the standards, that's where it comes down to. And that's going to come down with practice in and out of the shop. Unless you're able to really control and turn it on and off, that's great. More power to you. But not that much people. There's going to be exceptions that are able to turn it on and turn it off. But if you're practicing it inside and outside of the shop, setting values and standards and goals, even setting goals, you'll be surprised. Actually, you do know how many people are out there that just living just like you said, the hustle, day-to-day grind, no goals. That can separate. If you was to even to sit down and have goals, that can separate you. If you was to check your inner circle, because I was just gonna say cipher. So for people who are watching, the inner circle, if you're pretty much gonna whatever you surround yourself with. I mean, you guys are scrolling through social media just as much as I am. You see the memes. You want to be a lion, roll with the lions. A goat, a lion doesn't pay attention to goats. You're reading them just like me. If you have the most money in your circle, whatever, it's time to get a new circle. I mean, if it makes sense, it makes sense. If it's hitting you at home, then get an iron door. That's the case. True. Well, let's get into this interview with Mika here. Okay. And again, you're watching the ScissorSalute show. We go live every Sunday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. You were just watching the cut cam right here. I have Mika who took the ride out here. What state are you again? What state are you from again? Maryland? Mm-hmm. Okay, for those of you... Outside of D.C. Maryland, outside of D.C. For those of you who are in the tri-state area saying that we're a little bit too far for you to get to, remember that she just came out here from Maryland. Sure okay, did. She has 20 years of experience. Professionally, she's been doing it for 6 years. And the great thing about it is this year you have your own spot. Tell us what you went through to get your own spot. And you've been doing hair for 20 years, 6 years professionally. Let's go with what took you so long to get that going?
Well, what took me so long, first, I've been doing hair, like I said, since I was like 14 years old. What took me so long, because I'm an honest person, I'm going to just tell you how it is. Go ahead. Honestly, what took me so long is I got married at 21. I had 2 kids. And then I got remarried to my wonderful husband right there. And he didn't have any children. And I had 2 more kids for him. So that's what took me so long. Basically, I put my family first before my career. So I was actually one of those little kitchen, beauticians. And, There's
nothing wrong with that.
And I know.
Because you got outside the kitchen. You're outside.
Exactly.
You came into the salon with pots and pans in your hands.
That's right. Okay. And a little bit of flour all over the place, But no, yeah, that's
a little adobo to color.
Dough, right?
Yeah,
so that's what took me basically so long because I had children. So in between time, like I said, I was doing, hair out of my house. I still was professional. I still was clean. I had a salon chair, I had everything, and I had to set up just so I can hustle and get my money, and also, polish up my skills at a cheaper price, and things of that nature. So anyway, my son got in school. And I decided, before I had my son, I went to school, decided to go to Paul Mitchell. I was going to say something about the schooling, too. I noticed with Paul Mitchell, they definitely show you, like, the goals, the structure, the stuff that a lot of these schools do not show them. And that's why when the barbers go in here or the hairstylists go in there, they don't know, like, salon ethics or, how to be professional or how to treat your client. I mean, it's so sad to the point where I asked my client, well, do you like your hair to go behind your ear, or do you like the part over there? And some of them tell me like, oh, well, I don't know. Nobody's ever asked me that. Nobody's ever asked you that. Like, they're just doing your hair. No, you have to really become one with your client and give them exactly what they want. But that's basically what I base my whole career on is, trying to be to live up to the standards, because of the fact that I was a kitchen, beautician. Now that I'm licensed and, LLC, I have my own space, I definitely make sure everything is right. So it took me a while. I won't say a while because God is good. I really just had the plan last year to come from out, of my house and go get a studio. And I did that, but I did it with a partner. And that's where I messed up at, because I should have just really did it on my own. Well, I was trying to be fast and get into this really expensive spot, which was really nice that I couldn't afford on my own. So I was like, let me get a partner, blah, blah, blah. Got one, didn't work out. I had to go back to another salon, but then I, did what I need to do, and now I'm in my own studio space.
Well, salute to that. Now,
you have to do what you have to do.
You take care of weaves, natural hair, and you really emphasize the healthy natural hair, and you do color as well. Let us know about the healthy natural hair and what do you do with someone? Oh, there it goes right there. If someone doesn't have that healthy hair, give us some of the procedures that you do to get them there.
It all depends on the hair, of course. But definitely, I always do consultation. You know, every client I look at. I mean, I even do phone consultation. I'll be even doing a consultation, and they don't even realize it. I'm just asking you certain questions about your hair, blah, blah, blah. But when they're in my chair, you know, I would do a consultation, look at their hair, and see exactly what the problem is if it's not healthy. Because, you know, all hair that's not healthy is not unhealthy for the same reason. So a deep conditioner, hot oil treatment, a little trim, you know, even routinely if you have to come back like every 2 weeks to get it done, stuff like that. So it just all depends. But most of my clients are natural. Like I would say 9 out of 10. I like really never do relaxers.
So let's go.
I flat iron.
So let's go into the color because he's saying that color was one of your favorite things to do. You know, tell us about the formulas and the potions that you be putting together. I had to say potions because the way you described it to me when we talked on the phone was just like, man, you better about making some potions. You in the lab?
That's funny because a lot of people do say like I have magic hands or whatever.
There we go. Funny. You see the way you described it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like an instinct person. So like, because I even do a lot of wardrobe styling for certain artists and stuff. And then when I go and do certain things, whether it's shopping here, whatever, I'm kind of just on the spot, like, oh, okay, boom, boom, boom. That looks good. So like I said, I would take a picture. I mostly tell people to, you know, maybe send me a picture of something that you like on the Cut Life or a different other hashtags you might see. They send it to me, and then I just make it my own. You know, so that's kind of how I do it. Nothing's like never the same.
Definitely, yeah. So you do photo shoots, weddings, music videos, and the studio space. You know how to. Do they hit you up on social media for the booking, or you have flyers?
Sometimes they hit me up. They'll see my work and like, hey, I checked out your work on Instagram. You know, that's where I mostly promote is on Instagram. So they'll book me from there, or I'm really big into networking. So I do a lot of events, even sponsor events, and I'll see, you know, people there and get cards and get connections, and they hire me from that. Or it could just be a client who's doing a photo shoot, like just a regular, you know, client, a day-to-day client, I should say, that'll come in and just want a photo shoot, or they're getting married, and they book me that way. So just different ways. I would love to get part of like a union or something where they like book for you. I know it's somewhere out there like that, but I can't find it.
Oh, Sefro just stepped up. Sefro, didn't a gentleman, the Harlem Barber, he was talking about that last week, right? He was talking about working for like a company that basically books you.
Oh, yeah. Like a booking agent.
They have it. Yeah, Wilhelmina. There it goes. And Sefro got some good memory, man, because mine's going. I used to be known for having an elephant memory, but it's going, man.
Yeah, my memory's bad, too.
Okay, so we've talked about classes and education on the show plenty of times. You taking classes with Tokyo.
Tokyo Styles.
Tokyo Styles, Anthony Cuts, Hair by Bobby. Like, what did you take in from them classes?
Well, each class I took something different. I would say from Tokyo's class, I took a lot away from how he makes his wigs. Like, it's a specific way that he makes them. That I wasn't making them before. I mean, my wigs are good, but the way he makes it is a different way. So I did learn that from him, and some things about branding and business-wise type of stuff, because they talked about that too. Anthony Cuts, of course, his cuts are everything. So I've learned like he cuts like in a C all the time, mostly a lot of his cuts. He's a really, really nice dude too. Hair by Bobby, I learned something personally from him because I spoke to him like after the event and everything, and he's told me something about the closures that he does. I'm not saying what it is because he pays people to know this information, so I'm just trying not to.
Go ahead.
But he does something with his lace that most people would not think that he doesn't do. So I did learn that from him too. So I just take a lot of things from their classes and just apply what works for me. because not everything is going to work for that stylist. When you see it, you know, you got to work it how you need it to work.
Definitely. So 20 years of experience, 6 years professional. You know, what are you aiming at in the career? What is your goals? And now I'm gonna have to take the word right there. The standards. What are you looking at right there?
I have so many goals, so it's I'm just gonna say a couple. But my one main goal is I love to give back. So that's why I do like a lot of like I said, events and branding and stuff to get my name out there, because I love to give back. I'm about to do something with the Lupus Foundation in November, which is very important to me because my best friend died from lupus 2 years ago at the age of 34. Rest in peace, Brandy. But so I'm doing something with them in November. That's my main goal, to be able to give back and also make money at the same time, you know, to be able to support my family, spend time with my family, because I do so many things. Sometimes I always spend time with my family, but sometimes just because, you know, the hustle is real and trying to get to where you want to be, you got to, you know, do what you have to do. So, yeah, basically that's one of my goals, one of my main goals. Also, my other goal was to have my own. I'm already in that now, so that was the goal of last year. But
I say you gotta make some new ones now.
Yeah, I gotta make. Well, I have so many of them. Like my hair, we have a virgin hairline, the makeup of hair LLC.com, and we have beautiful virgin hair, raw hair, Indian hair. I even have some of my hair. Really, really good. So please go check out that. But my main goal is to really get that popping, because that's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Oh yeah.
So that's my like main.
There's money in hair. Period. Taking
so
hair
much.
off, adding hair on, coloring hair.
It's amazing how much money is, especially in the weave and unit like wig
I
industry.
see that because I'm on World Star and Yahoo. There's like people like literally running up in these stores and like robbing all their robbing their hair. It happened out here a couple of times. They're literally running up in the store, snatching up as much hair as they can, and then they're running.
Yeah.
The one spot. There was one spot that I seen online that shut down. I guess it wasn't paying his bills, so they shut it down. They threw all the hair in the garbage, and people were like going crazy.
Oh yeah, because those bundles, I mean, they're like $90 and up, and that's just like for 10 or 12 inches. It goes all the way to 30. Can you just imagine? Like, people pay rent for this hair.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say, you know, that's why that's my main goal, is because that's the multi-billion-dollar. I'm just trying to have my hands in all the pots, because I'm kind of late starting out in the game, because, you know, I'm 37 years old. So, and I just started, like I said, professionally 6 years, but like really putting my foot forward the past like year. But I've done really, really good. God has been really good to me in this past year alone. So, you know.
Well, salute to that. Salute to that.
Thank you.
And tell us about the tea treatment. We always ask, what is a service that has been added in the past 2 or 3 months? Something to, you know, that you added, and you talked about the tea tree treatment. You know, what is the benefits of using the tea tree treatment?
Well, it's very beneficial to my client because, first of all, with the tea tree, you know, that's like aromatherapy. It's very therapeutic type of thing. And I'm known for like my washes. I do a really good massage. My sister is a massage therapist. So she showed me like certain ways to be able to, you know, work around the head and everything. So with that, it's really good with the massage and the therapeutic smell and the oils that I make. I can't really say like all the oils, but it has different stuff and different oils like that I do myself in it. That helps coat the cuticle and everything. So not only are you relaxed, your hair is loving it too, type of thing.
Well, Mika, I'd like to thank you so much for coming here on the ScissorSalute show. And you just finished the interview part of it. Well, what was your experience right now with getting interviewed right now? You're saying that you're new to the industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how did you feel when you knew you was coming down here to the ScissorSalute show?
To be honest, I'm around. Like I said, I work with music, like, you know, music artists. So sometimes I'll come to like their interviews and all that. I'm used to being around this stuff, so I'm comfortable. And I just recently did an interview in DC 2 weeks ago. So before that, if you asked me, I probably would have been like, but I'm really not a nervous person. I mean, I talk a lot, and I'm really not a nervous person, so I'm good.
And you actually, you know,
I'm just
you're
tired of
new
the
to the industry, but your brother's cold cuts.
Oh yes. He'll be in Connecticut too, right?
Yeah,
PCT? Yes. Shout out to Cold Cuts.
Well, salute to
Chris.
Cold Cuts. He's going to be showcasing at the Maestro's booth as well. He's going to be showcasing at the Respect My Craft. He's going to be showcasing somewhere else too. I
He's
forgot
really
where.
busy because I asked him to come.
Oh,
here.
he has his own booth. That's right.
441.
441. So
Yeah.
check out Cold Cuts at 441. He has his own booth. And you could also, if you missed him there, catch him at 226, 127, Respect My Craft at the CT Barber Expo. Mika, thank you so much for coming here to the ScissorSalute show and doing the interview part. Make sure you stay tuned in. She's going to be showcasing. Before we let you go, please let everybody know how to get in contact with you and all your social media information that you'd like to share with us. Please do so now. The stage is yours.
Okay, cool. Please follow me, Mika C, at the Makeup of Hair LLC on Instagram, and please go to my website www.themakeupofhairllc.com. Get your bundles. Great hair. Anybody who knows me, I carry the best. I like to always give good quality, so you're not going to be disappointed. So just check me out. And I'm in Rockville, North Potomac, Montgomery County, Maryland.
Salute to that. Let's get back to the cut cam. We have Janae up there. Now, here's the thing. Mika and Janae actually went to Paul Mitchell School, and you guys met in 2011. So when Janae comes and sits down here, maybe you could be mic'd up. Well, you know, you're going to be showcasing.
I can show a mic if you need me to.
Well, okay. How was it when you guys first met? How was that when you guys first met?
It was everything. I love Janae. I'm really into energy. Like, her energy is everything. First time I met her, I was like, oh, she's so, like, quirky and, like, you know, I'm tired. And she's just like, hey, girl. You know, she gives energy.
So she's like
and
a shot of an espresso.
Yeah, she can be. Yes. A very smooth, or maybe not espresso. I would say more organic, like some tea or something, like some really good organic energy, lemongrass, ginger, something tea.
You saying organic? me and wifey's in the studio. Saleka's in the studio. We just went and had lunch at Whole Foods today. It's the whole store is organic. That place, little expensive, but it's cheaper than going to the diner.
Oh, that's good. Was the food good?
Yeah, the food was good. It has like buffet style.
Oh, nice.
And they have gelato there. I don't know if you ever had gelato ice cream.
Gelato. Oh, yes, I have. Gelato's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
But yeah,
right
once
there.
I met her, we instantly connected. We're like kindred sisters. We called each other
What?
like best friends
Okay.
from the jump. She'll tell you. That's my boo. She's really, really good people. And she's very talented. She's a barber and a hairstylist. Like, she's dope all the way around.
All right, well, guess you can start getting ready. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
So, LA, I don't know if you could put up that the image that I sent you. Yeah. So that's it right there. Maestro's Classic. Safra, record it. Can you record it on your phone? Yeah, can you record it? Yeah. So again, that's going to be at the image that you're looking at right there is advertisement for the CT Barber Expo. That is Maestro's Classic. Let's wait for Sefro to get something up. And there it goes. For those of you that are viewing the image right now, Maestro's Classic Barber Maestro's program presents Respect My Crafts Awakening Maestro Showcase, featuring Respect My Craft, Juanito Barber, 610 Legends, John J. the Barber, Vance the Barber, DJ the Barber, Ansley the Barber, Karina Lady Barber, Nikki Slays, Marty Marr, Cold Cuts DV Barber, Raul the Barber, God Bless My Hands TV, Lou Cuts, Rue Blades, El Jefe Cuts, I'll be emceeing. And we just added Dave Fit Barber, Two Set Fades, and Angel Blends. Once again, that is the Awakening Maestro Showcase, booths 226, 127, ScissorSalute. We will see you there. And if we get back over here, we got Delar, right? Let me see what you got there, Delar. Let me see what you got there. Okay, so anybody who's been at an event in the tri-state area knows this gentleman. Just set that microphone up next to you right there. Knows this gentleman right here. And if you never use this product, next time you see him, you get this anti-bump moisturizing lotion. I used it. This is big. You used to have it like smaller.
Yeah, I do. I still carry the small ounces.
Okay, because this is about the size of the one I have.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, we just switched it around, you know. But yeah.
Just bring that microphone a little closer.
Okay,
so
definitely.
Always Pro. Now we see you branded with the Barber Bar.
Yes.
Again, we was talking about it earlier. You guys go live on Wednesday. You know, for the viewers that are watching just now, tuning in, get into what you guys cover when you guys go live at the Barber Bar.
Pretty much just an open forum of my experience and what the barbers have been complaining about, the standard. And we just overall, we cover barbershop owners, how to actually raise your standard as a barbershop owner and as a barber. Just little Eastern piece barbers do have complaints about their barbershop owner, and you know they don't want to. Most of them don't want to address it. We talk about pricings, also rental or also commission. We go into that as well, and how to save as a barber.
You talk about like money management.
Yes.
Yeah, because you know it's very easy with getting that money in your hands to spend it.
Yeah, pretty much.
We definitely recommend that you get some sort of strategy with yourself and maybe among your peers at your establishment, because it's very easy to get that money in your hand, get invited to go somewhere, and spend it all. And then you have that mentality because you're young. You know what? I'll just go back to the shop and get it tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much, very true. And also, you know, barbers. It's true that majority of the barbers actually, sorry, you are your own boss.
Yes.
You know, so but this is what we're trying to change. With that concept, barbers tend not to respect your establishment. They believe that if I'm paying you a booth rent, I can come in and leave whenever I please. I can dress how I please. And this is what we're trying to change. I think this is where the barbershop owner has to build structure within the.
That's when the barbershop owner needs to come with a lease. You need to come with a lease and let them know that, hey, you are working at my establishment. These are the requirements.
Yep.
If they choose to have a dress code, there goes the dress code. You know, it's definitely unfortunate in the business like this on days where it's like busy. You know, some barbers won't show up on a day where you know it's going to be busy. But at the same time, it comes down to the owner, because the owner should be giving everybody a heads up as well. Like, hey, it's a busy week coming up next week. So if you're going to take off, I would suggest you take off this week or the week after. Or you could do it mine, where I used to work. He used to have you be able to change your schedule monthly.
Okay.
So you were able to change your schedule monthly. And those who had kids, he let you change your schedule weekly.
Oh.
So as long as you came Sunday and was like, hey, listen, my son has an event this Wednesday, and I could come in this day. As long as you gave the times to him in the beginning of the week, everything was good. If you messed up, if you showed up late, it was $5 right off the rip.
Oh.
Right? And every 15 minutes, it was another $5. That went to every barber. But the barber that was in there on time and left when he was supposed to, all the penalties from all the other barbers, it'd go to that barber at the end of the week. So you have 8 barbers, some people paying the penalties and fines and all that. The person that had the either least amount or was flawless gets the money. And, you know.
Not a bad habit.
Did it work?
Yes.
I don't know if it worked, but that's how it was.
Probably didn't. No annoying barbers. But yes, going back to to what transition us to me as a person to become a barber now. I just love this industry. I've been out on this industry for so long now, since 2009, I believe. I got into the barber industry, and it's been a great influence. I've learned, I've seen a lot. It has made me grow as a person and as a man. As definitely the individual. You know, I've learned to work through the build new paths just around this great wall, and I think everyone should do that as well. You know, because we do run into brick walls sometimes.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to make a few modifications and within our lives and realize that where did I go wrong? What was my weakness? And how can I improve on that? And I think me moving forward this whole past couple months have been a testament to all that, really. And I've always appreciate those who have always been there for me and always take advice from those who are always giving me that advice as well. And moving forward, you know, your home front is always the best company. And I think you as an individual should always be respectful of others and be humble. And I think that's what have really drive me to where I am now, and that's why I try to keep my respect level at all points. And I just encourage barbers to don't take heed because you run through that brick wall, you can't find that path. There is a path. Go around the wall, you know. Don't try to climb it. Go around it and start over.
So you guys need to come here and do the barber bar here on the show. We can advertise for when you guys go live.
Yeah.
Be a win-win situation. Let's go over some of the products that you have up here as well.
Yeah.
I was playing with the shears when...
Yes, definitely. Those are 6.5. Those are the Dragon Japanese steel.
There you go, right here.
Yes.
Oh, can you hear that? I don't want to cut the foam or cut my beard.
Yeah.
Nice shears right here.
Yes, those are. Please, please come see us at the City Expo. I got some great stuff. I don't want to give all away. This is for you, actually. This is a beard.
Oh, this is the beard comb right here. Yes. Well, I didn't put no butter in the beard. I just washed it.
Yes. So
but it's still good, though.
Dola, that's a good idea.
Thank
What Eli said. Maybe one of these Mondays, you can come through with your crew. And you could do the barber bar here.
No, definitely.
I mean, you know, we'll be involved, but it'll just be more people.
Yeah. No,
but it'll be like giving you a taste of what you do every Wednesday night.
Definitely.
Barber Union right there.
Yes.
There's the supply guy is actually coming through with these.
Yes, they actually
selling these razors.
Yeah,
a gentleman comes through selling them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of the butterfly.
Yeah,
I'm not. I see barbers doing this every day. They live and die by this butterfly. I
actually, I believe those supply guys who are coming to you, they're probably going to get this from me pretty soon.
He comes in. It has this on it.
Yes.
I tell the gentleman, I'm like, oh, I know always, bro. He like, what did you say, man? Oh yeah, man, this is $18 right here, man. This is new, man. You know, I gotta stay up to date with everything, man.
Yes.
He always tries to sell us nip relief too.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, man, you want this hat, man? How about some nip relief, man? Brothers be cutting brothers. Always comes in the shop saying that.
Yes. Yeah, because I do offer wholesale on these products. I do have a whole lot in stock. You know, please reach out to me, DM me, follow me on IG. So, and I'm just looking forward to just take that other step. You know, I'm not able to hit all the barbershops. So what better way for me to get my product out there but to get it out wholesale, and I'm encouraging barbers as well I really need you guys to get onto this anti-bump moisturizing lotion.
I love that.
I know you guys love your tan skin, you love your skin tight, but this here, it moisturizes, it eliminates the irritation right away, right after you shave. Ingrown hairs, and this is great.
It's great for when you're doing like a baldy right here. This right here, when you do a baldy, is great. Because I have one client, I have like 2 or 3 clients that come weekly for shaves. And I use this product on them. Again, it's about that big, but they love it. They
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, I'm open to any barbershop owners. I mean, I want you guys to have this in your shop. So give me a call. Don't hesitate.
Well, go ahead. Say the number. Go ahead.
Yes, 914-316-2582. This is my
Say it a little bit slower, though.
914-316-2582. Hit me up. Again, my name is Dolor. My IG is always Pro Barbers. And you can also hit me up also at the THZ Barber Bar. This is also our IG now. And you can get us right there on Flatbush Avenue at 1848 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, right between Avenue K and East 38. We are open from 8 in the morning. We probably stay up very late, so because usually the bar. This is the only place you can come to shop at 10 p.m. and buy some supplies.
And during the week, New York and Queen, Sefro, during the week, when we do get Dolores' booth number on Instagram.
I do.
Oh, you got it?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
that's
I just
awesome,
called,
bro.
I just called Mr. J, so he actually hit me up.
Okay.
It's my booth number is 200. I believe we were probably along the same line.
Go ahead, say it.
Yes,
Then let them know. 200 what?
200, what? That's it.
That's it, 200?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so 200.
200.
Just the 200.
Just
200 right there. You can catch the barber bar.
Yes.
Go down there. They'll be willing to network.
Oh, definitely.
Check out some of the supplies they have. Check out the energy that's going on. And it's for a positive movement.
Yeah.
You know, even the barbers are going to be walking around with the face on. Because it never fails at any event. You always have a couple barbers that is just like, I feel like going up to them like, yo, my man, you're here at the event. You're here. You made it.
Yes.
It's time to
The ghost followers.
that business card in your pocket's not going to make it to the next person unless you're socializing. And we're all barbers, so we all have the capability
true.
of talking to people and connecting with people. It's
Yep.
time to make that connection. Stop walking around a CT Barber Expo like you're with your clique and you don't want to interact with anybody. They're like walk around like
Yep.
mean mugging or why you mean mugging? We're barbers, man. We're not rappers.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're not rappers.
Tell him, Brian. Look,
Come
Brian.
by and say hi. I will say hi to you.
Yes.
I will say hi. And you know what? I'll bring it in for the real thing. Bring it in for the real thing. I'll give you a hug. Some people need hugs, man. If not, I'll have Snickers there available
You
for
know
you.
what?
To
You know what?
change your whole attitude.
I believe we have a remedy for you guys this coming Sunday. So the setup will make you feel welcome. Just
Great,
believe
great.
me. The barber bar is gonna you guys gonna feel like you are in a club actually.
Great. Oh,
Come
okay.
down to the barber bar. We got some surprises
okay.
for you guys.
Oh, I see what you're going with that. You're gonna
Yes,
have it
sir.
like you at the bar.
Yes, sir.
You're
Definitely.
behind the bar, like, hey, what kind of service? What can I provide for you?
Oh yes.
So that's good.
Every Wednesday night at 8:45 p.m.
Well, we always run a little 9:45. I know. I
Fashionably late.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's fashionably early for the West Coast.
Fashionably
Yeah,
late
we-
for the West Coast.
Fashionably early for the West Coast because that's 6:45. No,
Five-
no,
5:45.
5. Yeah.
But if it's at 9:45,
3 hours.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
6:45.
Because I believe that if you think about it, majority of barbershops are still open. These guys are just winding down about 8:45, trying to get home. Sometimes on a Wednesday night, it's pretty slow on a Wednesday night. Depends on where you are.
Oh yeah,
But,
I mean it all depends where you are.
Yeah.
I guess they would say the demographics, how it's going down. Can we get to the cut cam?
Yeah.
She took the ride all the way out here from Maryland. She can, and except for we could just zoom out of there and position her a little bit better, so we do zoom back, and then we could just do the picture right here. Okay, so you're gonna be at booth 200 at the CT Barber Expo.
Yep.
And then we have Brian that's just gonna be walking around the event. Let's see, because I actually have Jay Majors actually has the layout. So if you go
Yeah.
to Jay,
That's
just
what-
put in Jay on your Instagram, and Majors should come up if you're not following the gentleman.
Yeah.
Not following the dude right here,
Oh,
the man that we was talking about.
Just-
He actually, for the first time, that I've seen, he has the layout. So go ahead, you were gonna say?
yeah. just in the event that anyone right here in the Tri-State area needs some late tickets for the Barber Expo, I do have a few available. You get 2 tickets for $60. The tickets go for $35 a piece. But we're willing to give you guys a discount last minute. It's this Sunday. You don't want to miss this. It's going to be a movie, yeah? So definitely show up. It's going to be educational. You guys need to show up. Come socialize with barbers. Meet the educators. Don't think that you know it all. We out here to learn every single day. Hey, I just took up barbering, and I am not hitting my head up in the head, but I think I can cut than many of you barbers out here who've been cutting for several years. And because I take this seriously, you know, at the end of the day, you have to be able to give your client that service that they will come back. And so far, I've been doing pretty damn well.
Well, that's how it goes too, because you know we are in the industry. You know, we are in the industry where you could have been in it for 20 years and really not been that good. Not saying that you can't, you
Right.
still can make that money. You know, but some people pick up them shears and pick up them tools, and they're just a natural. But for those of you that are looking into getting into hair, I will recommend this. The first thing you need to know is the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut. And then repetition will help that. I've always said that. Not years, it's repetition, because you could have cut hair for a year and you only did 100 heads or 200 heads.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's someone out there who's getting that in and at least getting that, just starting and getting that 100 heads a month.
You know what? That's the interesting thing about the people who decide to work for the franchises. You know, we had a guest a couple of years ago who he said the same thing. He was working at Supercuts, and when he said he was working at Supercuts, everybody was like, "You work at Supercuts?" And his theory behind it was, in a regular barbershop, like a standard barbershop, it could be slow.
Mm-hmm.
But in something like Supercuts, you're cutting a ton of heads every day. And as an up-and-coming barber, that's what you want. You want to stay busy. You know, in a standard barbershop, they're going to go to the veterans. They're not going to go, you just started cutting? I'm not going to go to you. But at Supercuts, everybody goes to you. So his theory was, I'm gonna work at Supercuts for a year. I'll
Right.
probably cut 1,000 heads. And then when I decide and that I'm good enough, and I go to a standard, a salon, he actually wanted to go to a salon or a barber shop. If I take 500 of my clients with me out of the 1,000, you're already bringing clients on board already. And that was his theory behind it. And I think the people that they start off at franchises, that's an advantage to them. As to somebody who goes straight into a barbershop or a salon, they're constantly busy and they're getting that practice in it, which is what you need to become a barber. You got to be active. You got to be cutting.
Yeah, yes, you have to be at the shop. That's what I've learned. You know, when I decided to do it, I was still procrastinating about it, going in and out, sometimes not in, and I realized that the only way for me to improve, I have to be there.
So what made the switch? What turned on the switch that said, that's it, I'm going to go get I sell clippers, but now I'm going to take them and I'm actually going to start cutting hair.
Well, I still carry the supplies, you know, I still do.
Right.
But, you know, I think I got myself very consumed with this industry, and I've seen so much around, and I just believe that my personality at all can actually change a lot. I believe I had that hit to just feed out to other barbers that if I can do it, and with my personality, that because I believe when you become a barber, if you don't have the right personality as a barber, your approach, you know, you won't keep a client. And
true.
and I was trying to go into my whole concept was to become a barber, open the barber bar, which is the man grooming supplies. And we're still building on that goal actually. And so whilst the barbers and your clients are interacting, the clients can recognizing what's going on within your barbershop itself. And I would encourage barbers to do the very same thing, you know. But the switch has been something I've been pondering on for quite a bit, for a couple of years. I did cut for just as a hobby, but you know, I just love this industry.
Now it's for real.
Changing faces, you know.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming down here to the ScissorSalute show. Again, make sure you catch the Barber Bar at booth 200.
Yes.
I believe it's going to be near the Media Center.
Exactly. That's correct.
So before we let you go, please let everybody know how to get in contact with you and all your social media information that you'd like to share. Please do so now. The stage is yours.
Oh, definitely. Thank you guys again for viewing in. Please, ScissorSalute to my family right here. This is Always Pro Barbers, aka Dolor. Always, you can. My IG is Always Pro Barbers, and also THC Barber Bar, and also we have a prime location on Flatbush Avenue. Signature Clips is our barbershop, 1848 Flatbush Avenue. I just want to definitely give a shout out to
ScissorSalute, you mean?
Sorry, ScissorSalute. ScissorSalute to my fellow barbers, the team of the Barber Bar, Dexter, Clay, and Chiquita, and all the guys who have really come out. Kevin Kate, the barber. By the way, he'll be showcasing at the Barber Bar at CT Expo. Come down and see us. We'll be out there. Again, you can reach me at 914-316-2582. Don't hesitate to call me. And let's build up this industry. At the Barber Bar, you shop smart and you look sharp.
Get 'em.
ScissorSalute.
ScissorSalute. So once again, you're watching the ScissorSalute show. This program is designed to bring barbers, hairstylists, and makeup artists together. We just got done with an interview with Dolor, and right now we are on the cut cam with Mika. She took the ride out. She took the ride out here from the DMV area. If you would like to showcase, advertise with us, or book us for your next event, you can email us ScissorSalute@yahoo.com. Please leave your information. We'll get back to you in the order that the email's received. If you are watching this on Facebook, please press the share button, share the program, and when you press that share button, there's an invite option. Start inviting as much people as you can that are in the hair industry. And you can download the ScissorSalute Show app to watch the show live or watch the shows that you have missed. On the app, the shows that are featured are the shows that we've had since we've had the app. You would have to go to YouTube, check out ScissorSalute Show to watch the older shows. The program is about to be in its 4th year come August. So once again, you're watching the ScissorSalute Show. Mika's on the cut cam. And you're watching the live program. This is live, not recorded. So once again, if you want to showcase on the show, email us ScissorSalute@yahoo.com and leave your in contact information. Let's get back to the interview. You left the hat here. You left the hat. Oh man, you know I got the ball's head and I always gotta wear hats. I'm one of them guys. It's either baby butt smooth or it's covered with a hat. I swear, I don't want to talk about it. I'll probably be in my cast, be like, put a fitted on and tilt it to the side. So, okay, if we get back to the camera, we're sitting here with Janae. She just got done showcasing. Again, she has 20 years of experience. And you actually started off as a barber.
I did.
And you went to Paul Mitchell with Mika to become a hairstylist.
I did.
What was the journey like?
Long. You know, I started my journey in high school. And so I had worked in salons since I was 14. And I moved into a barbershop at 17. So the barbershops pretty much raised me. And so I was always afraid of cutting because I'm the youngest one in the shop. You know, I'm a girl to boot. And I didn't really have enough time to get repetition in school because it was in high school. So your friends aren't going to let you set them up. And so my mom finally was like, Jeff, that's my dad, you got to let her cut your hair right now. So he finally gave in. He kept saying, I got to go to the barbershop with him and all this other kind of stuff. So finally he gave in, kind of boosted my confidence a little bit that my dad, who had said no for so long, let me cut his hair. But the journey was long, really, because it's always a learning process and you never stop learning. And you see people around you who cut circles around you, and at that age, it was intimidating, especially being a female in the industry. But luckily, I got surrounded by a great bunch of guys, a great group of family. Shout out to Freeman's Barbershop. That was who.
So it's all right, you know. We'll just keep going. Keep going. Just
Scissor salute to Freeman's Barbershop.
There we go. Listen
got it.
listen
I'll
to the
catch
ring
on.
and how
I'll
better it
catch on.
sounds. It just rings and sounds better.
That's
I can't
right.
even watch like ESPN no more. I'll be like, what did you just say?
Scissor salute to Freeman's Barbershop. They raised me. There I met my husband, Brian White. We moved out to Laurel. And I always kept saying I really want to do hair. That's been my passion since I was young.
Yeah, you said since the 3rd grade.
Since the
and
third grade.
Your aunt is one of your inspirations.
She was my inspiration, my Aunt Tracy, who passed away. She was in hair school, and that was her journey before she departed. And I used to play with her mannequins all the time. I used to look at her books all the time. My grandmother kept her stuff for quite some time. And when I got into high school, I got in through, the VOTEC program. I didn't get accepted into cosmetology. So I was kind of bummed about that, but we were like, hair is hair. And I was like, all right, hair is hair. And so that's how I started my barbering process. So I kind of just fell into barbering and stuck with it for a long time, but it just was always on my heart to do hair. And so finally, my husband was like, just go to school. And there I met Mika, my BFF. And I went to Paul Mitchell, and it's written in history books now. I'm going for it full throttle, and it's just a love that I have. I love what I do. I love giving people a smile walking out of my door, no matter who it is.
Now you have a lot of difficult cuts that you do. Seems that you cut a lot of kids.
I have the kids. I have been named the kid whisperer in the shop because I have a way with children. Between cuts and braiding their hair, I get a lot of tender-headed little girls.
What do you do with the tornadoes that come in the chair?
I whisper to them, literally. I talk real low to them in their ear, like that. And, you just kind of talk them off the ledge. I've had to take some in the bathroom and, just have them in a quiet place because sometimes it's just too loud so that they can finally hear what I'm saying. And I just convince them that it's okay. It's all going to be all right. And so sometimes, does it take me extra time? Sure, it does. But the parents appreciate it. And not only do they appreciate it, I've had kids with me from the age of 18 months and up to seniors. And they'll come back, even through college when they're on their breaks and stuff, still visit. So stuff like that is very important to me.
You start them off young. That's just actually have the Diamond D barber. He's this guy's like 6'5", very intimidating. He's barber next to me, but he's like a gentle giant.
Yeah.
And he has every kid. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Yeah.
And he just everyone. I think everybody in the shop now approaches the kid in the same way. It's like, hey, buddy. How are you?
Yeah.
How is it, everything?
Patience.
Can I get your hair cut? Yeah. So he's, it's good to hear people that are barbers that love cutting kids. Because a lot of barbers, as you know, kid walks in, they're in the bathroom.
Absolutely.
Kid walks in, they're taking a break.
Yep.
They're, it's that kid again. Yeah, I'm taking a break, man. I'm going to lunch. So now, what's the, our shop, we have one set price. The 18 to 80, we got one set price. Sometimes the older folk we'll give them a little break. Is that the same for you?
So I have one set price as well. It was funny. I had a client that got referred to me, and she says, I'm trying to book, and I don't see a kid's price anywhere, so you must not. I said, no, it's just not there because it's all across the board. Children are difficult to deal with most of the time. Like you said, everybody's taking a break when they come in. Nobody wants to deal with that kid. That kid.
Yup, that kid.
And so, and they usually have more hair to deal with than an adult does. An adult comes in, they get a haircut. It's, they're easy. So it's all one price. Some of my clients who have been with me for a long time that are older, I'll give them, break. The ones on fixed incomes
they're
and
like
stuff
grandfathered
like that.
in.
They're grandfathered in. Yeah, they're, but I don't have, that's about it. Other than that, you're getting the same thing.
I never heard of that. So you charge kids the same way you charge an adult?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we do the same thing.
Oh, yeah?
There is no. A matter of fact, the kid was cute as all hell. Very, very cute. Sat down in the chair. I mean, didn't move. Sat better than half of the adults. The problem was when I was done with the haircut. I mean, being that he was so still, I was able to like hit him with the laser precision edge up. You know, grabbing all the baby hairs. Like he just literally sat there. I'm like, wow, this kid it's like a mannequin still. Did the edge up, but the mom was like, now they're telling me the price.
Of course.
So that right, you know, that turns on as someone who does hair. It turns something on in your head. You're just like, what? Now you're telling me the price? $10, right? No, you're absolutely wrong. It's $15. You know, for a walk, and I'm doing $15, and I'm cutting in between appointments. And it was one of them days where you got a lot of appointments, and as soon as you catch that break, you're trying to eat something. But I'm trying to help all the other barbers. There was a lot of traffic in there because Easter week, and the weather was great.
Yeah.
So you have spring break, Easter coming up, great weather, a lot of traffic generated in the barbershop, and now you're just trying to help your fellow barbers as well, and you don't want to be that barber like, well, I only work off appointments, so call me when my appointment goes. I'm gonna go drink a latte outside. All right? Nah, I try to stay right in the mix, try to stay in the trenches with them. Yeah. But I was definitely on some what? Whoa, no, not $10. And it's $15. $10. It's been $10 in the 80s.
Right, you got.
You only moved up $5, and you know, but it is what it is. But same price across the board. And one of the things we talked about in our conversation earlier was barbers that have bad habits.
Yes.
So basically, they might be able to cut good,
yes,
but they seem to have bad habits that they don't even realize that they have, and they're constantly doing them. So tell us, like, you know, do you have a suggestion for someone who has bad habits, and how can that be solved?
Get with someone has high standards in the industry and shadow them and see what's working for them. You know, a lot of times our industry alone, salon, cosmetologists, as well as barbers, we kind of get looked at on the back burner. We're not professionals. You know, if I were a lawyer, a doctor, a dentist, all of those things that all the upper echelon type professions, I'm looked at as a professional, no matter what I do. But us in the salon world and in the barbering world, we don't have that same. They don't regard us that way. You know, it's a hustle, it's a grind, it's a this, it's a that. But find somebody in your shop. Hopefully you have a great owner in your shop that you can look at. If you don't, reach out on IG. You know, reach out on Facebook. Find people in the industry who look like they have it together. You know, find reputable names. Word of mouth is always great. The IBA is a great resource now because, like, you know, if you're looking for something, go that route. But try your best to be your best. And it's not even a try. It's really do your best, because that's the important part. Being professional is so important. That's how you have longevity. It won't be just, you know, somebody coming to you that one time because you gave them that tight cut. They're coming to you over and over and over again, and then they're referring their friends, and their friends referring their friends because they like your professionalism. They like your chairside manner. So, you know, that's how I find a mentor.
That's what I feel like. You know, when I talk to Mika on the phone and you on the phone, I've talked to a lot of people in the past 4 years, and there's been a couple that I come across, and I feel like I just come across you guys. I feel like if you guys don't go out there and some sort of like add direction, because just like you said, there's people out there who want direction. I feel like if you two don't go out there and try to find people who are looking for direction, you guys are going to be taken away from the industry, because you need to be in rotation of almost like finding lost souls, like barbers that have lost, or hair in general that have lost souls. Because there's people like me who've been doing it for so long, you know, Mike been doing it for so long, and they're just lost.
Yeah.
You know, 17 years, and next thing you know, it's like, hey, listen, this is what you could be doing, this is what you could be doing, and just that little adjustment might make them an extra, extra income for the month.
Absolutely.
Just a little adjustment.
Absolutely.
And you guys can really help set the standard, like you said, the direction, the standard, the values for people that are coming in, maybe people from New York State that don't have to go to barber school. We just do an apprenticeship program. And one of the things that we've noticed, and we say it even in the shop, in our barber shop, there's only one barber who went to barber school. Everyone else has went through apprenticeship in New York State. And one of the things when people come like, oh, I want to become a barber, and earlier I used to be on some, apprentice program, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, we could charge this much. Now I'm just like, listen, go to barber school. Because in barber school, they're going to teach you certain things that you won't learn here.
Absolutely.
We'll teach you the cutting hair. Go to barber school. You're going to need that. And then when you come here, then we can hit you with everything.
Absolutely.
Although, one of the things about barber schools is it's like this.
Yes.
There's no need to come into a barbershop with 10 sets of tools and all this other stuff. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
But, that's for another story. But I definitely think that you and Mika should definitely consider teaching, whether it's teaching hair or just teaching values and etiquette of the hair industry.
Absolutely.
That's
a goal of mine. That's
definitely.
A goal.
And one of the things that you said that I liked, it's been a couple of people have said it before, is everyone in your chair is a celebrity. Let me know what you mean when you say that.
Nowadays with Instagram, Facebook, your Twitter account, if you put a celebrity stylist, a celebrity on your page, you've made it. You've arrived. You don't have to do anything else because you cut that one celebrity. That one celebrity is not paying your mortgage.
No.
That one celebrity is not paying your car note. So, yeah, it looks good that you were able to cut that one celebrity, but how many celebrities are there in comparison to real world people? You have to look at those numbers and say which one is greater. And the celebrity might be able to pay me $500 for that cut, whereas, the real world person might only pay me $25 or $30. But it's about building relationships in this world. And we have a pivotal role in the industry of building up our communities. We are where they sit. We are where they talk, where they learn things, especially young boys. They learn how to be men in the barbershop. Young ladies learn how to conduct themselves in the hair salons. And so you have to look at that as a level of importance. You're an important person. I'm a celebrity in my neighborhood, in my community. The people that I serve feel like I am important. And so because they feel I'm important, they're just as important. I don't care who you are. If you were Michael Jackson, rest his soul, and he came and sat in my chair, I'm going to treat him just like he was a regular Joe Blow, because at the end of the day, you are. You put on your pants leg, one leg at a time, just like me. You're going to wake up. You're going to do the same things I do. Your life is the same. You just might have a camera following you around. So does that give you, seniority to my person who doesn't have a camera following them around? Absolutely not. Everybody's important. Everybody's a celebrity.
Definitely. Well, sis, salute to that. You also talked about a law that just passed in Maryland.
Yes. Rashia Burrell, along with some other pivotal people in the industry, got together to pass something that is in a lot of other states, which is continuing education. And with the law, they're saying that you have to have, I believe, don't quote me on this, I think it's 3 continuing education units per year to be able to keep your license rolling. I feel that's great.
That's good.
That's a really big up scissor salute to that, because, a lot of times you get stuck behind the chair. I was stuck behind the chair. I lost my way for a long time, and I had to step out there and say, hey, I need a coloring class. I want somebody to teach me how to cut better.
How does that go? So you take the class and be like, okay, here's my certificate that I took this class.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I mean, you'd have certificates. They're still working out a lot of the logistics, which is why the law won't be fully put into place for, I think, till 2018. So they can work out all the kinks of what the law will entail and who can teach and credit you. Because I could say, yeah, let me teach you a class, but it might not count. You know, so they're going to make sure they have, I believe, accredited people to be able to teach those CEUs to you. But I just feel like it's so important to stay relevant, you know, because it separates you. That's how you get ahead. Iron sharpens iron. And so with that being said, seek out those industry greats, you know, and learn something new. Learning never stops. If you stop learning, you're pretty much dead. That's how that goes.
Well, thank you so much for coming down here and sharing
You're more
with
than
us.
welcome.
Not only
And
your
teaching.
showcase and teaching as well. I definitely, you know, I said it to you on the phone. Definitely think whether it's some sort of education, motivational speaking, and the motivational speaking can go further than just hair. It can start off motivational speaking, and then it could just become like a life coach to anybody in any walk of life. You definitely have that gift of connection.
Thank you.
And with that being said, let everybody know how they could get in contact with you and any social media information that you'd like to share with us. Please do so now. The stage is yours.
You can reach me best at White's Barber Co. The phone number there is 301-498-1587. You can also follow me at Cosmo Barb J, and that's it's Cosmo Barber, but it's without the E. So CosmoBarbrJ, and that's on Instagram. Or you can find me at Janae Eason on Facebook. I probably need to change that up and make it all connect. One day I will. I'm not big on social media.
Yep. You know, very easy to have the same name all across the board, but, you know, until then, follow her there, and then you can make the adjustments. Let's get back to the cut can with Mika. Look at her doing what she loves to do. She done took the ride out of you. Y'all took the ride out of here from the DMV area.
We did.
No, I mean,
That's from Rockville, Maryland, right?
I've talked to people like they're like 4 towns over, and we're in Massapequa. Oh, that's far. Like, what? Remember Barbara, like a couple weeks ago, they took the train to get here. Planes, trains, and automobiles to get here to the studio. It was like her 4th time coming onto the show. And we have people that still think that it's far. Okay, we are pretty far away. But I will let you know there's a train station right out here outside the studio. You are watching the ScissorSalute show. This is a live program. If you're watching this on the app, or if you don't have the app, you can download it on Apple and Google Play. ScissorSalute show, all one word. And watch us from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Or catch us on Facebook Live, again, from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're watching the show right now, please press the share button. Share it on your feed. And at the same time, do it again. And you have that option to invite people. Invite as much people as you can. And if you'd like to showcase with us, advertise with us, make sure you email us, scissorsalute@yahoo.com. Leave your contact information, and we'll get back to you in order that the emails receive. Please continue to use the hashtag ScissorSalute. Follow us on Instagram, ScissorSalute Show, and on YouTube as well. Facebook as well, ScissorSalute Show. And practice saying ScissorSalute to take place of the word shout out. I said it. There. I said it. But practice using ScissorSalute every day. Wake up with a ScissorSalute. Like your kids going to school, you kiss them on the top of the forehead. Have a good ScissorSalute. Have a good day at school. Try it out. I'm over here with Brian White right here from the IBA. Now, you was here like maybe 3 weeks ago.
About 3 weeks ago, yep. We came up, myself, Janine Butler, Mike McNeil, and we had cold cuts. We had Chris Foreman up here. He's also a member of the IBA. And we
didn't even get a chance to really interview him. He wanted to talk about the LLC and, again, basically cover what the IBA, the fundamentals of professionalism and standards. He really wanted to get into that.
Right. Well, you know, we were talking as you were doing the interview with my wife. You were talking about you got into mentorship. What we want to do at the IBA as we create these standards is just set an example, show that barber who has the bad habits what a professional barber looks like. And so if you go to our Instagram page, you'll see that, we showcase or we just highlight the barbers who are in our organization, those who have passed our quality control evaluation, and on a consistent basis, behind the chair, they're upholding a standard of professionalism. And so we just want to be able to show folks in the industry what it looks like. Like I said before, and we'll continue to say, we're not about, focusing on problems. We're a solutions-based organization, and we're not running behind people, saying, oh, this guy's doing this or they're doing this over here. No, we're gonna say, well, these guys are doing it right, or this young lady's doing it right. If you want to know how to do it right, follow her, check her out. Or they're gonna do a class. You're gonna have a class. We're gonna be able to plug you into a class. Go get a class on professionalism. Go get a class on if you want to, better your skill set. A lot of people want to pick up the shears and use the shears more. A lot of people doing clipper cuts. That's fine. If people want to pick up the shears, we want to offer that opportunity as well. So when I say we're a solutions-based organization, that's what I mean. We're not so much concerned with pointing out the negativity. We were talking about the news, watching the news, and how they always want to point out the negative. We're more so about pointing out the good things that those in the industry are doing, and putting the spotlight on that. We like to celebrate folks.
That's what we like. Well, that's what I like to see. I don't know about anybody else. I'm actually known in the barbershop as a liker. Like, man, you like too much stuff. Well, I'll let you know. I like to see that. I like to support stuff like that because it's needed. It really is needed. The industry, some people are like, basically you're taking it for granted. You're taking what we have for granted. And it's just little adjustments to be made that can be great, really great, and impact a lot of lives. And when that happens, the standard goes up, and then you're going to make money. Too much people are concerned with that short money. You want that money, you want it right away. You're not willing to work hard for it. You want that straight, easy path instead of taking that crooked road. The road to success is going to be wiggly, but people just want that easy way.
Yeah, what we have is we have a theory about what's going on in the barbering industry and why the standards have suffered. One of the main draws to becoming a barber for me was the autonomy, the ability to be able to make my own schedule, come in the shop, when I get ready to come in the shop. The thing about a profession like ours that has a great or a high level of autonomy, if you give that to a person who doesn't have a certain amount of discipline, I shouldn't even say a certain amount. If you give that to a person who doesn't have a high level of discipline, you're going to get a mess. You're going to get a mess. And that's what's happened. And so what we like to encourage, be disciplined. We're talking about goals, set goals, have a set schedule, be consistent. Be consistent. It's not so much about the haircut. It is a lot about character. It's a lot about character, being able to show up on time, being able to be dependable, be consistent. All these kind of things that as adults, we should learn. We should get these core values, as we come up in high school and even as in elementary school, and then carry them along with us into our careers. And so you notice you haven't heard me talk about a haircut yet. I haven't, because that's not the focus. Now, are the barbers in the International Barbers Association dope? Absolutely. You look at Cold Cuts work. We have Jared Scott at his grooming. Got, I could run off a ton of lists. JT DMV, he's down in Centerville, Virginia. Tommy Chung, he's got a great shop in Fairfax. These guys are awesome barbers behind the chair, but their character, my guy Dorian, ScissorSalute Dorian, the groomer, he likes to say, your character has to be better than your fade. Your character has to be better than your fade. And so we talk about discipline. Be very careful about stepping into this industry where there's a tremendous amount of autonomy, thinking that you're going to be wildly successful and not have that discipline. You're going to have develop that discipline. All the platform artists and celebrity barbers and people that you admire and you look up to and they do have a ton of followers, but I tell you what else they have. They have discipline. They have discipline. I've invited quite a few of those guys, and they've done symposiums for us, and they have some things in common. And one of those characteristics that they have is discipline. There's a reason why they're able to get the amount of following and get the clientele and get the opportunities that they get, because they do have that discipline. Okay, don't think that just because you get behind a chair and you appear to be cool and you got a couple of clients that hold you in high regard that you've arrived, because there's so many things that you can do in this profession. I'm at 20 years now. I'm more interested now in raising other barbers. I have a young lady who I'm just fascinated with the idea. It'd be the first time I'll take someone from never picking up the clippers before in her life and raise her from infancy to become a professional. I'm very excited about doing that. And that's where my focus is now. We're looking at doing schools. We're going into schools already, talking to the students, because you got to catch them before they get the bad habits. And so,
you just said you had 3 new master barbers,
right? At White's,
and then you the apprentice that you was just talking about.
That's right. So at White's Barber Co., we have a total of 6 master barbers. 6 master barbers, and my past apprentice just leveled up. He took his test and passed his test. ScissorSalute, my man. You did it, man. You did it. I knew you could do it too. I know he's watching.
Well, I feel like one of the things too I see as with social media and the industry, is people are not glorifying having that license no more. It's not like that. I remember when I went to take my master's, ScissorSalute to my brother-in-law, who was my model at the time. Remember the school? It was the IBA over there in New York City, West 29th. It's 252 West 29th Street, 1001. That's how much apprenticeships I made. You have to take that contagious disease test first.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably, I don't know how many forms I've signed for that. Remember taking a test, and the students just all coming to the window. I remember walking in there with my briefcase, my tools, and then they're just whispering, he's here to take his masters. Oh, they're here to take their masters. Oh, they're taking their masters. And it was like a square, and it wasn't a big window. And I just remember people in the school just line up watching us take the master's test like it was something.
Right.
Like I'm in there, I'm like, what is,
right.
Really?
Right.
Really?
Yeah, my guy, Cedric Benning, we call him Biggs at White's Barber Co. Man, he's like, they call me BW. BW, how'd you get 6 master barbers under one roof, man? And to me, it's like we leveling up, man. We reaching our full potential. We're going to the highest level. That was Janae and I came from the same shop, Freeman's Barber Shop. That's what you did. You didn't just get your barber license and then you stop. You get your master barber's license. Once you get your master barber's license, now you're gonna get an apprentice, and you're gonna walk them through the process and just begin to duplicate.
Now you guys charge for an apprentice?
Absolutely not.
No. You just
no. As in the state of Maryland, it's illegal to charge.
Oh wow!
It's illegal. It's illegal. If you get your master barber's license, I mean, for me, it's a labor of love. It's a labor of love. If I'm going to change the industry, I want to change the industry with the student or with the apprentice. Teach them the right way.
Yeah, well, the majority of the people that I've taught, the ones and twos, I call it the ones and two, it's, I didn't do no charge. I did charge them for the signature, though.
Mm-hmm.
I did charge. I didn't charge nowhere near when I first became a barber what was being charged.
Mm-hmm.
Master barbers are charging $500, anywhere from $250 to $500 for their signature.
Right.
I didn't charge it because I knew everybody. I knew like half of the people that I taught how to cut hair. Now that's the problem. I taught plenty of people how to cut hair, and maybe out of all them people, there was actually only 3 barbers. I've taught probably over like 30 people, 50 people how to cut hair. Maybe 3 of them are barbers because they take it serious as a career. That's to me. I feel like that's the difference. That haircut coming every day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here, do this. You just cut hair. A barber's to me. I feel like a barber's. It's a career. There is no meet me outside or yo after the shop, yo we meet up, we'll get up. There is none of that. This is what I do. You check them busy days where we say you got to get it while the getting's good. Them days where you know it's gonna be busy, I'll hit them barbers up on the little chat that we'll have on the phone. They're up in there at 8:30 in the morning. They're late. They might be cutting someone else. They might take their tools home and cut someone else on the house appointment. I might hit someone up on a Christmas day and they're cutting hair. Those are barbers. The cutting hair thing is, those are the ones that, they're coming in late. I don't take this, you guys OD with it. And I'm just looking at them just like,
This rewards, man.
This is what I do.
Yeah, the rewards, it's totally worth it. Yeah, no, it never crossed my mind to charge an apprentice. What I like to do is extend my hand and show them loyalty. Show them loyalty and create a pipeline. And so if I want barbers behind the chairs in my shop or shops, then I want to create that barber. And so I could hit them in the head for $500, $1,000, whatever you say it is, because if they're coming to you with the need like that, then, they're more than likely you have leverage. I'd rather them spend their career with me. I'd rather them spend several years with me, and if we're doing commission or booth rent and make the money, we got to look at the long term.
That must be where you're from, because over here in New York and in Long Island, there's really no loyalty when it comes to barbers or whatever. Well, one barber walks in, the owner doesn't like the way the guy came in or whatever. That barber just wants to quit and go work up the block. That's a little bit touchy subject out here, and the history that I've seen with barbering, the boss lays down the law. That person has too much pride, so they just go up the block. But as far as like the hair salon that I was working in-house barber on Tuesdays over there, Bernetti Salon in West Hampton, they actually have education Mondays where the boss comes in, Mary Bernetti, and she teaches every Monday. So it's like class, and they have a huge thing for education. She's one of the top educators in the country, her and her husband. But they have a huge policy with like education. Like even my sister, who's been doing it since like 80 something, still has to, taking classes, taking courses to stay updated with the latest things. Because you know how it is. The hair industry used to move pretty quick. Now it's beyond quick. Now it's daily, weekly. It's just something new. I remember when we first started the show, it was Pavana. Now you're hearing all this manic panic, Pope riot. There's always a new product. Always Brazilian bronzer. There's
Olaplex.
There's always something new coming into the industry. So you have to stay on top of it. Barbers have to do it as well. You don't want to limit the potential, limit your money, and limit your potential. You have that. I'm a traditional barber. By the way, I really can't stand that term. I'm a traditional barber. Like what exactly does that mean? I would like a traditional barber to tell me exactly what that means.
Traditional barber.
Yeah,
I love traditional barbers. I'm gonna tell you why I love.
Tell me why.
Because there was a time when it was all about the service. All right, and when we say the traditional barber, that's what we're referring to.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about that time when, you've seen the...
No, because what I see on traditional barber is just simply someone who does a pompadour. That's the way I see. Well, I'm a traditional barber. I'm not with the new edge fades or whatever. As far as the servicing and all that, and the service, I just feel like that's a barber. Again, I said it when we first started talking. So there's someone who just cuts hair, and then there's someone that's a barber, and they provide the right service and all that. But all the traditional barber and someone who thinks they're much better than this person and all that, I really can't stand that, because a lot of, like, for instance, you go to a competition,
right?
Fastest fade, 15 minutes, freestyle design, and then traditional haircut. What is a traditional haircut?
Right.
Right. You tell me, it's a pompadour. Okay, so say pompadour. Don't say traditional haircut, because what happens if there's a black guy who sits in a chair? He's going to walk out with a pompadour?
No, he's not going to.
He's going to walk out with the comb over?
I guess it's relative. I guess it's all relative. Perhaps there needs to be some clarification.
There definitely needs some clarification, because I feel like if you're a barber, you shouldn't be trying to put down the next person and be like, well, I'm a real barber because I cut with shears. I don't go and do with buzzers and stuff like. Now, listen, man, stop that. Stop that. The same way I'm trying to tell these barbers, we're not rappers, so don't mug me. I'm going to look at you and tell you, listen, bro, you're a barber. Stop with all that. You cut with scissors and you don't need buzzers and all this glorification. Like, you're glorifying that, okay, I just do it with shears and all this. Like, what are you talking about? As long as the job gets done the right way, what does it matter? What does it matter? As long as you I would suggest using proper techniques so you don't hurt your back. You don't mess up your thumb. But if you fade up and I fade down, it doesn't matter. If you like to do the setup and then do the edge up first and then shave underneath his neck and there's still the guideline there and you save that for the end of it,
what really matters,
as long as it gets done.
What really matters is what the client or what the guest says at the end of it all. And that's what really matters. And so when we get back to that, all right, none of unless you got all your clients liking your pics, all the likes don't really matter. It's what your client has to say about your service. That's what really matters. If you have a high retention rate, if your client's coming back to you every week, every 2 weeks, every month, leaving a dope review for you so that people who are looking for a good service provider, they can find you, and then they have references from other guests. That's what really matters. That's what's valuable. What your client has to say about you and what your client demonstrates that they feel about you. That's what really matters. It's Definitely. Good. It's good to get, like I said, we like to celebrate, our colleagues and our peers and congratulate folks when they do a good job. But what really matters is what your client has to say, because ultimately they're the one that's going to be handing you the money.
Absolutely. That's the truth. Well, thank you so much for coming down here once again to the show. Again, this is the second time in about, say, maybe 5 weeks. Came down here to the show, taking out a long drive. For everyone that's saying that we're far away, we know this, but then it comes down to how bad you want it. Well, thank you so much for coming down here to the Scissor Salute show. Is there anybody you'd like to Scissor Salute?
Hey, man.
Anything you'd like to mention?
I definitely want to Scissor Salute my guy, Mike McNeil, catching all fades. Took that test, passed it, my brother. Thank you for that. Scissor Salute my man Lotto Styles at White's Barber Co. just got his Master Barber's license. Scissor Salute Pete Levitt just got his Master Barber's license. Scissor Salute Said the General just got his Master Barber license.
That's
Scissor
a good
Salute
name.
Cold Cuts doing big things up at the CT Barber Expo. Scissor Salute His Grooming just bought a building down on Capitol Hill. Just bought his building and moving his shop over to his new building. Scissor Salute Millennium Salon. Dexter Fields doing big things over there, Millennium Salon, taking care of folks. I can Scissor Salute all night. I really can.
Scissor Salute Brian White from White's Barber Company.
Scissor Salute my wife, Janae, for getting up here.
And Mika as well.
And Mika, the makeup of hair. Listen, I can Scissor Salute all night long. Scissor Salute Styles by Jazzy, JC, and Khalid Williams. They're working on a brand called the Daymaker, the Dope Daymaker. They're going to be doing some awesome things with men's grooming. Kaylee she's got her barber. She's taken her hours as a barber. She's going to take her exam, get her barber's license, but she started esthetician school now, and so she's leveling all the way up. Just some very ambitious and hardworking individuals in the International Barber Association. Scissor Salute Barber Science, my man Mark Black, for keeping it 100 all the time. All right, I can keep on.
Where's he from, Barber Science?
Barber Science, he's down in Virginia as well. Yeah, he's down in Virginia.
Well, before we let you go, please let everybody know how they could get in contact with you and all your social media information that you'd like to share with us. Please do so now. The stage is yours.
Thank you. On Facebook, I'm going to use that platform first because that's where we do the State Board exam review. On Facebook, you can follow me at Brian D. White. Okay, Brian D. White on Facebook. On Instagram, you can follow the White's Barberco page at White's Barberco, WHITESBARBERCO. Or you can follow at _I.B.A. That's at _I.B.A for the International Barbers Association. I'm Brian White, and I thank you.
Well, we're going to ask all the guests that do hair to get up on the stage.
Oh man. Thank you.
Hair We Share gives wigs free to people with medical hair loss. Your ponytail donation reduces the cost of a wig. Our success relies on financial contributions. To sponsor a wig, follow the easy instructions at www.hairweshare.org. Create a customized I Made the Cut fundraising campaign. Share your campaign through social media. Ask your family and friends to each contribute a small amount. Every little bit helps. Send us before and after photos to be entered into our I Made the Cut contests on Facebook. As a wig sponsor, we will keep your hair on file until we find a matching recipient. We will let you know when someone has received it. Will you make the cut?
Oh, you got to zoom back. Zoom back. Trying to get in height order. Okay, well, I'm the shortest, so I'm like a hobbit. Well, again, we'd like to thank everyone. I'd like to thank my family for coming in here, Saleka, Yasmin, and Ali. And yes, my daughter's not too happy. So again, make sure you catch Cold Cuts. He's going to be at booth 400, and he's also going to be at booth 226, 127. The Barber Bar is going to be at the CT Barber Expo at booth 200. Brian White and the IBA will be making their rounds, willing to network. We'd like to salute Janae and Mika for making their way over here from the DMV area. We'd like to salute our audience for watching the ScissorSalute show. Please download the ScissorSalute show app in your Apple and Google Play, and you are able to see all the ScissorSalute shows from, I'll say, about 7-8 weeks back. And we'll just keep on going. Please follow us on Instagram, ScissorSalute Show, and on Facebook, ScissorSalute Show. And if you're watching this program right now, please like it, share it, let everybody know that it's on. Catch Maestro's Classic presents Respect My Crafts, Awakening Maestro. We're going to be at booths 127 and 226 at the CT Barber Expo. Check it out. We're going to have about like 18 people showcasing. We're going to be doing a lot of drops during the week on Instagram. And we got enough people here. We're going to wait for New York and Queen to make her way over here. Oh, I put my back to you guys. I'm so sorry. But you're going to see my back again. One more time. We're going to do the sound off right here. Everybody put their hands on mine. When I say scissor, you say salute. Now there's only, but what, 6 of us here? So we got to make it real loud. Ready? Scissor! Loud enough for me. Hope it was loud enough for you. Listen, make sure you guys like the page, StrongIsland.tv, the quickest growing stream on Facebook Live. If you love house music, stay tuned. My house shows up next. ScissorSalute.